it has been getting extra attention, and for good reason. It is full of antioxidants, and just 1 cup, get this, of raw kale provides 100% of your daily vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K.
Woo, that's a powerful punch.
Yeah, it is.
Joining us with more on kale and 5 great ways to eat it is Hallie Klecker. She's the author of Daily Bites blog and several cookbooks as well, including this kale one, which is fantastic. It's your ebook. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Crazy for kale.
Love it.
Crazy for kale, that's me.
Is kale just hype, or is it really that great? Is it better than spinach? Is it better than other greens out there?
So kale is one of the most nutritious foods that they've actually found on the planet. And of all the greens, you know, your lettuce and your romaine and your spinach, kale is really kind of the king of all greens because, like broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, it's considered a cruciferous vegetable.
Yep.
And those vegetables are the most anti-cancer, anti-disease fighters. They're also very, very detoxifying. So
here's the thing that I want to ask you, because I think this is a question anybody who's dealt with kale, it's like tough. I mean, it's a hearty green, and I think it's chewy. The stalk is tough, and people look at it and they think, how am I going to eat this?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
So a lot of people you'll see, especially this curly kind, tucked into like meat cases as a garnish. People
it's a
don't
garnish.
think you
They
can
don't eat it.
Right.
Right.
So the key is, like I have here with the 3 salads, the key is to chop it nice and small so that you're not getting big, huge hunks.
Including the stem?
Usually I take the stem out.
Okay.
Some people are really thrifty and they'll throw it in there. I prefer to not have that. But, and then dressing it enough with olive oil and then some type of acid like lemon juice or vinegar will break it down. So helps make it more chewable.
Are these 2 different types of kale?
They are. So this is the curly kind, and this is probably the most popular. And then I've also got the flat leaf, which is also called lacinato kale.
Okay.
These are the 2 most popular
See, I wouldn't
varieties.
have even known actually that that's kale, because I'm more familiar with seeing it like this.
Right. So this is sometimes called dinosaur kale because it kind of looks...
Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, so this is both just as healthy?
They are. Yep, they're equally healthy. And if you can find purple or red kale, the antioxidants will be even higher.
Okay.
Which one's better? Which one did you use in this salad?
So I used a blend.
Okay.
I like the curly kale because it has a lot of texture and the dressing. It really gets in there in the nooks and crannies. But like for this one here with the raspberries, I wanted something a little more delicate, so I went with the flatter leaf.
Oh. Okay, with the dinosaur kale?
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to taste this one. Describe this salad and what all is in it.
My basic like superfood kale salad. You've got your kale, I've got celery in there, broccoli, so kind of double cruciferous, a little bit of maple syrup, some hemp seeds, which are high in omega-3 fats. So it's really helpful when you have these nutrient-dense vegetables to pair them with some fat. It helps your body absorb the nutrients a little better.
What was the dressing on there? That was so good.
That was just apple cider vinegar, a little olive oil, and some maple syrup.
So
awesome.
good.
I love real maple syrup. What about this one with the raspberries?
So that's a similar dressing. I just added raspberries and of course the sunflower seeds in there for a little bit of crunch. And I even will serve this for breakfast with like some scrambled eggs along the side.
Yeah, that is delicious. With
that's lighter.
The texture, the nuts.
Yep.
Really
a lot of people I always see like pine nuts. Also,
yes. That's
with
kind
kale.
of traditional. Yeah, that's a really good one. Lemon juice, pine nuts, tomatoes, kind of more of an Italian theme.
Okay.
Love sweet potatoes.
Yeah, so this is what I call my upgraded potato salad. And typically, you know, you have a lot of white potatoes, a lot of mayonnaise in your potato salad. It's really heavy. This one, I use the base, which is kale, so it's lower in carbohydrates. But to bump up the antioxidants more, we had the sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes.
How did you cook the sweet potatoes? Did you just
roast
steam
them? Yeah,
you
can steam them. You could roast them. You can even, you know, grate them up and use them raw.
Are those pumpkin seeds in there?
They are.
That is so
Those
good.
are good for you, too. Really good for you.
Yeah.
What about these crackers that you made? So you actually made crackers, and there's kale in these crackers. I don't know if you can see some of the leaves there. Yep, you can see the kale in there.
So just like you would use, you know, chopped cilantro or parsley, and you'd throw that into your, you know, cornbread muffins, or maybe if you make your own crackers, you can use kale the exact same way. A lot of people, especially in the summer, they have just gardens full of, especially this type of kale. It just takes off. So every little way you can use it up, I'm all for it.
These are seriously delicious.
Now, I know you can't do a lot of gluten. Do these have gluten in them?
Nope, they're made with almond flour, so they're gluten-free, grain-free, high in protein and fiber.
And no refined sugar either, because they taste a little bit sweet. I love them.
Yeah.
This is one way that I do prepare kale. It looks like you roasted it. What I do is I take the kale, kind of cut it up small into almost like chip size.
Right.
As you can see right here, kind of a chip size, and then I toss it with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then bake it at kind of a high heat.
Yep, so that's pretty much what I did there. I did add a little bit of lemon zest just to kind of punch it up a little bit. And you can use any variety of kale. I like the curly kale for the chips because it may, again, you get those nice crinkles on there. I think it makes for a more textural experience when you eat your chip.
Yeah.
Nice and salty. What's the sprinkle that you added? Is it just
sea salt and black pepper.
Really good.
How can people find your kale recipes? Because here's the thing is, if you can find a way to make kale that you like, you're doing so much for your health.
Yeah, so I have an ebook on my blog, dailybitesblog.com. It's called Crazy for Kale. It's 40 recipes, all using kale, including kale ice cream and kale brownies.
Get out.
Yes.
Kale ice cream?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's very good. Yeah, I use a blend of spinach and kale to color it green. It's pistachio ice cream, but instead of using food coloring, I just use the kale.
Wow.
That is so cool.
Do you even taste the kale in there?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
No, it just tastes sweet, creamy. It's dairy-free. I make it with coconut milk, so it's really good for everybody's allergies. And
yum, that is great. Okay, so here's the information. The Crazy for Kale is an ebook. It's the one that you see there in the center. She's got a lot of great cookbooks. You can go to dailybitesblog.com to find out more. Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Really good.